Hi luminaries, this video is dedicated to the orb or dense trim of the Pom Pom. So what you'll need is your Pom Pom, a bowl, any of your Pom Pom trim guide, and very sharp scissors. Okay, let's get started. So the first step in trimming a dense or orb Pom Pom is cutting the Pom Pom open. Okay, so you're going to try to get all the loops. Okay, this looks pretty good. The second step is to take your Pom Pom trim guide and trim down your Pom Pom. This just speeds up the process. See how I'm just using it as a guide? I don't even trim it flush to the trim guide. It's just getting me to a round shape. Okay, so that's one. And then because this is a three-dimensional shape, you'll need to turn, fluff up a little bit, and then trim again. See how this, you just need to trim. Okay, now I'm going to set my Pom Pom trim guide aside, and I'm going to gently fluff up my Pom Pom. Okay, so here you have what I call a loose trim from the Pom Pom trim guide. Now to get it into a dense trim or an orb Pom Pom, I recommend that you hold your Pom Pom, stand up, and look down. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your scissors and then just take one patch, looking down. Okay, and see how that's the density that I really like. So what you're going to do is you're going to just do that patch, leave it, and you're going to trim that same density all the way around this way. So I think this is counterclockwise. Be very deliberate. What I tell everybody, don't start turning your Pom Pom all around. That is a total natural inclination, but don't do that. Just focus on one perimeter. So all the way around like this. Okay, so usually what happens is that I'll go all the way around one time, looking down on the Pom Pom, okay? And then I'm gonna go around 2 or 3 more times just to get all the pieces completely consistent with one another and completely trimmed down, okay? See how a little I'm taking off now? Little by little. So that's 2. I'm gonna go again for the 3rd time. Usually looks pretty good by the 3rd time, and it's consistent, it's at the same length, everything looks really good. Okay, and see how you have here, it's very smooth, very consistent, and then you have 2 shaggy ends. I'm gonna say take that same technique and round out one end at a time. So we'll work on this end and then we'll go this end. So see how I'm curving it? This is a benefit of not turning your Pom Pom around everywhere. When you're just working one area or one perimeter, it allows you to really maintain kind of that spatial, that visual roundness. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'm hoping that you can see this through the video. Now I'm going to turn this and then do the same thing. This yarn that I'm working with happens to be a worsted weight yarn, so it's a classic Pom Pom. You're working with really thin yarn. Sometimes the imperfection shows up much easier, so it might just take you slightly longer. Okay, so now that's done. I'm gonna, like the other side, go around about 2 times just to make sure that I get everything. Okay, now I'm gonna take the time to gently fuzz up my pom pom again. A lot of times, see, yarn is hidden in there, and it will only come out usually after you've done your trimming. Now I'm going to take that same technique that I did and trim down any of this fuzz that's come out. Same technique, one perimeter at a time. Okay, so you'll see here, I'm going around just this. Okay, now I'm going to go this side. So one thing to note, usually here at the top part right here, I just take my scissors and also trim it down like that. Since it's not part of the side of the perimeter here, you have to do that. Okay, so this is looking pretty good. I fuzz it up a lot. I usually do it twice just to get it so that it's really, really dense. Okay, I'm going to repeat that last step again, going around one time here, 2 times, and then again another for the other side. I'm going to fast forward this part. It'll probably take me about a minute or two. Okay, so this looks pretty good. Let me clean up this area real fast. And then what I like to do at the final touch, and actually this process you'll do also if you've had the pom pom for a while and it's beginning to get fuzzy. This is just about cleaning up. You could actually just take very little off, going all around. You could actually at this stage turn your pom pom around in different direction because you're just taking so little off. It's almost like shaving or cutting your, cutting your hair, cutting, when you're at the stylist is taking so little off. This is kind of the same thing. Just making sure that everything is even, taking every little last bit off. Okay, we're all done. Let me set this aside. My area, and look at that, a dense or pom pom. Thank you everyone. I hope you enjoyed this and this was helpful.